Okay, well, we've been doing all this work, doing all this metal customizing here for the back of the Mac, and we need to weld it all in, right? So we go to the old Lincoln that I've had for, I think I bought this sucker back in 2004, 5, I don't know, something like that. And it's got a problem. So I guess we need to fix it. I'll show you what it's doing. It's an old SP135T, 110 volt. I got a gas bottle on it. If you look, and you know what you're looking at, yes, that's a CO2 tank. So I don't run argon CO2 mix, which a lot of guys do. I just run straight CO2. I'll show you what's happening here. I'm going to turn it on, and you're going to hear it kick on. Now you might hear the fan in the background because it's hot out here. You guys hear that? Sounds pretty good, right? It's running. Sounds like we're going to do something. We grab the wand here. Wire comes out. Sort of. See that? Like how it doesn't want to come out now? Did it and then it stopped. Now watch this. Grab the voltage adjustment knob. Give that just a little tweak. No. Now I'm holding this while doing this. So. See? It's in between C and D. So I'm not really sure what I got for voltage, but it's kind of working, but you got to hold it between it to make it work. So that tells me that the switch is either corroded real bad or it just needs to be replaced. So a few days later, and 50 bucks, I think it was 48, tax 52, something like that, we've got a switch. Hopefully it's the right one. So let's get you set up on the stand, tear this sucker apart, and see exactly how this thing ticks. Okay, so all there was is a bunch of 5/16 screws that went around the case, and now we're into the switch. Let's see if we can throw a light in there. Maybe you guys can see. There's the switch. Yes, I did unplug it, so we're not going to fry ourselves, but it kind of looks like what I got over here. Big flat one. Didn't want to open the bag until I knew kind of that it looked right. So you guys look in there. It's got the big flat one in the back, and then it's got the settings. So this is probably your main power coming in, and then it clicks it around and sends the power to a different route, which cuts your voltage down. I would say that's just how it works. It's weird that it's mechanical and it has to be in the middle, so these contacts have to be kind of corroded. See, that's where it's working, like in between the two. So maybe the bottom of that switch contact, I know you guys can't see it probably very well, I can kind of see it. I wonder if it's burnt in the middle, but the outside edges are conducting and it's sending voltage to both sides at once. I don't know, but we're going to take it out and put a new one in it. I'm looking to see if these are soldered in. They kind of look almost like they are, but then again they may be just pinched. You can see here how you'd stick the wire in and just give them a squeeze maybe, and that'll hold them in. Not really sure, but we got to figure out how to get this knob off. It feels like there's a little screw in it. Over here, feels like there's like a little push button or something in there. Maybe a set screw. Okay, back on the stand you go. Okay, so I got here's the knob. Notice I did kind of break it. What I did was I took a small little screwdriver, kind of gave it a little grinding, shoved it down in here, and what it does is it pushes on a little catch, and then you can slide it off. I twisted it a little too much, thinking I didn't know exactly how that worked, if it was getting in there, and of course I broke that little bit off, but it ain't gonna hurt it any. Worked just fine. So behind that, there's a screw, little 1/4 inch. We'll pull that out. It's a little rusty. Okay. My bucket of screws. Okay. I'd like to be able to pull the whole thing out and get it out here where I could actually put it together better. The switch, this wire speed switch is causing me some issues. Okay, so I just took off the power switch. The one that's coated was on the bottom. The one that was not coated was on the top. Give me a little extra room. There doesn't seem to be any identifiers on this speed control switch. So what I may do is just stick a little piece of tape on it. Okay, I couldn't find a piece of tape, but I did find a black marker. So we'll just give this a little scribble on it. So now we know that that wire is on the right. So if I can get it off that switch, a little more room to work with. I'm not sure they come off. Doesn't feel like it. The main wire is right down there, and that's coming up and around and feeding that switch. So I mean, I can get this one out of the way. That's the coated wire there. That gives me a little more room, but not a heck of a lot. Yeah, there's not a lot of room to work with there. Okay. If I can fish these up and around. I'm gonna need to get the switch out to try to desolder these, because I don't know if I've got a soldering iron that's going to be able to get in there to actually do that. So it's hot enough while it's in the box. So I'd really like to get it out. Plus I'd like to know which one goes where, which I could label, you know, like A, B, B, C, C, whatever. Actually, we could even label it to match the outside, but as long as you put something on there, I think we'll be able to identify it. I may do that. Let me grab a silver Sharpie. Okay guys, so the technique that I used to get these wires out was kind of brutal. The first one I actually had to cut. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. They're kind of in the shot, kind of not in the shot. Maybe over a little bit so you can see here. I had to cut. It just wouldn't release. It was wedged right in there. Now this one that I took out, I was able just to heat it up and pull the wire out. So let's try that technique again. And actually it's kind of a crazy setup here. And I use a pair of vice grips because guess what? It gets hot. It's real hot real quick. So, put a little heat on it. And starting to release. Pink, popped right out. That seemed to work pretty good. I like that technique. So guys, I think that's the way to work if you can. That other big one was just wedged right in there. I just couldn't do it that way. So, let's do another one. Okay, now we got it unsoldered, and now we're going to resolder on. I'm going to do one wire at a time. So all I'm doing is I'm sticking a little flux in here. I'm not sure if this is a good idea or a bad idea, but we'll see what happens. Just a little soldering paste, you know. And then we're going to use just some pipe solder. We'll see if that works. And I'm going to put it right on with the torch. I think that's kind of what they use. I think they use like a little Burns-O-Matic. So, cut the heat down a wee bit. Don't need it 8,000 degrees. Get her a little hotter so she'll flow. There we go. Not quite as crazy as they did, but it flowed out. I know you guys probably can't see that, but oh man, the camera's stuck on here. So you guys can see, all I did was slide the wire underneath, crimped it down with a pair of vice grips to hold it, and then hit it with some solder, and hopefully that'll stay in there. Now I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more to go, and then we can put it back together. We've got the switch all soldered back in, and now all we're going to do is try to wrestle it back in here through and around all these wires that I got in here around that switch. We got to get it down. Okay, get closer. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, there's a screw that goes through the front up here. I'll try to show you. So there's just that little screw right here. We'll put the screw back in it, put the cap back on it, and then put everything all back together again. And we'll see how maybe it works. Okay, well, we've got her all hooked back up again. Got the switch dug into there. Got the wires hooked back up again. Thank God for video, because I had those switched around and I was able to go back in the video and actually check them out. Again, I apologize, I got the fan going, got it plugged in, and kick the switch on. Fan's running. Good. This is down on the lowest voltage. And it runs. We should probably try to throw an arc on it. Highest voltage. Throws the wire. Now let's find some metal or something. I didn't turn the gas on, but yep, make sparks. That's what we wanted to do. So I think everything's good. I did break my switch, of course, so I'm using my finger to quality adjust this. I'm gonna have to figure that out. I may take that out and see if I can fix it somehow. But anyway, guys, at least the major problem is fixed. We'll just try to fix the stupid thing that I broke and go from there. So thanks again for watching, subscribing, and commenting. I really do appreciate it. And the next time your old Lincoln craps out on you, maybe it'll help you put her back together again. Bye.